You're clear.
That's awesome.
I gotta tell you, man, this must be
Around
my
with
lucky day.
Porsches 50 years ago.
Look what is there.
I started with 356s. I ended up taking 25 of them apart and putting them back together and restoring them, and it was kind of my hobby. So started with that, then got 911s, and so anyway, Speedster garage, 58 Speedster was restored by some folks for Olivia Newton-John after she did the movie Grease. And I've had it 25 years. It's got a nice SC engine in it, so instead of 60 horsepower, it's got about 105, and it weighs 1,800 pounds, so it's a lot of fun around the mountains still. So then we go to 62 Notchback Coupe, very rare. 699 were made, and probably less than 50 in the world left. Handmade by Carmen. It's kind of a one-off design because it's like a hardtop welded onto a cabriolet body. So a lot of unique structure to it, but everything is all custom designed and handmade. So 89 Speedster. I've had 3 of them. I love them. This is a 50,000 mile car because the first 2 had low miles and I didn't want to drive them because I was afraid of losing money on them. So I said, nah, I want a car with miles so I can enjoy it. So it already had a chip. So Fab Speed, Cat Bypass Tube, Billy Boat exhaust, putting out about 250 horsepower now instead of 215. And now it's balanced. At the end of the G series, they got heavy and they were kind of stodgy and underpowered. So with this combination, it brings it up to a nice balanced car.
I have a question about this car.
Yeah.
Me personally, this is my favorite Porsche of all time.
Yeah.
We saw one today, actually the 94.
Oh, I don't like the 94s. That's why I don't have one.
That's still a cool car, but this thing is the most amazing.
Yeah.
800 in the world or 38?
800 for the U.S., 2,000 in the world.
Okay, 800 for the US.
823.
If we were talking about it, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Very
sure it's
few black
800.
ones. Very few black ones. A lot of white, a lot of
Amazing.
red. I had a white and a red one early on.
For me personally, ultimate
Yeah.
Porsche of all time.
Well, the one behind you is kind of the most rare. That's 356 of these worldwide. 100 came to the United States, and most of them were blue. A few odd colors from Porsche family friends, and then you got very few white ones. So I found that one in white, and it's gorgeous. And this is a tribute for 25 years to the Porsche Special Wishes program. Anything with the people want to customize their Porsches, they go to the Special Wishes department and they would customize it. This has everything you can put on. Custom Fuchs alloys, 19s, Sport Classic front and rear spoilers, shortened windshield, and even the door pulls are wrapped in leather. It's crazy what they did for it, but it's a very unique car. So, picture right there of that red car, that's a 59, that's Bruce Jennings' 59 Carrera Speedster. I'm taking it around Laguna Seca. I had first right of option to buy the car for $240,000. At the time I was buying $70,000 cars, and luckily that. And I said, no, I have to sell too many cars, then I have to get a truck and a trailer, and I got to pull it somewhere to use it. At $240,000 I could have paid for it. It just changed hands at Porsche Museum for $2.2 million. Because he was the most winning non-Porsche factory driver in the history of SCCA. So, and around the wall you got 50 years of posters. This used to hang at Brumos, and Snodgrass gave it to a friend of mine. He said, "Well, you got a big enough place to hang it." I said, "Well, give it to me. I'll hang it somewhere."
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've never seen that logo before. The
356
registry?
Yeah.
That's
Here.
this one.
Right here.
Oh, wow.
And there's, I don't know, what, 10,000, 12,000 members. I am member number 222.
Oh, wow.
So that used to hang at registration at the
Are you gonna stand right here?
That's why he had a,
weekends.
Dickie had signed your poster outside. I have
Oh,
two
yeah.
cars in my shop now from him.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we're doing backdate logo conversions on.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
This is the 74 Carrera Mag that drove around. It was here for the show.
was a fun time to have him over, huh?
Yeah, we spent 8 hours filming for about 20 minutes on the show,
Yeah.
but that's all good.
Look at those exhausts. Tubes coming out. It's
You
great.
could really mess up your shin by exhaust like that.
Yeah, you walk around the bumper, you know. But another way, you learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Did you build your residence at the same time as the winery? Did you just put it all up?
No, I did bits and pieces. I built the winery. We lived in the winery building for the first 5 years while I built this house. It's a straight 2.7, built up a little bit, maybe 185 horsepower, and the best driving car around the mountains. Torquey, got everything from 3,000 to 4,000 RPMs, and after that you don't care, and you're going too fast anyway. So,
What's the weight on it?
weight on this one, 2,300 pounds.
That's why.
Yeah. But,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Just had this puppy detailed, that's why she's covered. This is the one Magnus drove around the mountains. I got him to sign up under the hood, so we'd remember it.
He needs you to come out and sign one of his cars, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Agreed.
You don't realize he was just voted the number 3 out of 5 top 911 enthusiasts and mark promoters, influencers in the 21st century.
Really?
And that was he had front page. And number 4 was Patrick Long, so that tells you a little something. Really. Well, there's some stills from the shot from the show.
Who was number 1?
You know, one of the engine builders.
I had that poster in
PCNA.
middle school. As a kid, yeah.
I think everybody had that
God.
at one point.
The exhaust on it, which pumps another 20, so it's 550 horsepower. And I love 997s. I think it's the last sports car Porsche built. The 991s and on, I think they're great GT cars. But I think it's this is definitely the feeling of a sports car more than the bigger ones. So. And then this is history lesson. You guys come down here. This is a history lesson. That's the first 901 body and the 50th anniversary in their match. Oh, wow. And the only difference is it's a 912 and a 911 because I don't like early 911s. 912s are much better handling cars.
Lighter. 4-cylinder, right?
4-cylinder, yeah.
What made them so, Carl?
So because 911 engines, another 1.5 feet longer, sits out way off the back axle. That's why they were so slap happy in the early days. But this is like a mid-engine 911. I mean, push forward because it's 4 cylinders, because it's the 356, the best of the 356 end of the series SC engines. The same engine I got in Olivia, the 58 Speedster. So, matching Pepita interior, and again they did this very specially. This special 20-inch hoofs, custom-made alloys, Pepita interior, same green gauges as in 1963.
I know.
You couldn't read them then, you can't read them now, so it doesn't matter. Yeah.
What year did you say this was?
They made them in 13, but they all titled US in 14.